Hey guys, and welcome to today's very special video. I have a pretty cool package of comics here. They're my first real comic books that I purchased and decided that I wanted myself to start collecting, and pretty keen to take them out and have a flip through and show you guys what I got. So I'm going to try very carefully and quietly to take these out because the bag's a little bit too crinkly. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too bad. But now we get to see the comic books that I purchased this week. And as you can see, it's all the same series. Venom, Space Knight, Marvel's Venom. So, I haven't really collected comics before. I had, when I was growing up, my parents bought me a British comic from our newsagent called The Beano. So I have a few hundred issues of that. But it's not really a, superhero comic that most people associate with collecting comics and that kind of thing. But that was an enjoyable read. But the only thing that has stopped me from buying comics before is that to get every story that a character is in, it's either very expensive or nearly impossible, because there's so many reboots, there's spin-offs that they star in, there's mashups, there's big group series like Civil War that features the characters, and it's overwhelming to me that if I want to read every single story that a particular character is in, I'd have to spend hundreds of hours collecting different stories about, issues from different characters that I may not necessarily be interested in. And the other side of me not wanting to collect comics is that I'm a little bit obsessive compulsive. I don't actually have the disorder, but once I start collecting something, I have this itch that makes me want to complete the collection. So if I was to say buy an Amazing Spider-Man comic, there are hundreds of issues of Spider-Man. I would never be able to collect them all, and I would forever feel anxious to buy more, and bad for buying more, using a lot of money. But Venom Space Knight, how do I explain to you? I think I mentioned in my Amiibo collection video how much I love Venom. That Venom is my favourite Marvel character, I'd probably say. I was going to say Spider-Man villain, but I'd even go as far as to say Marvel character. Just look at that, look at him. The design of this character is so simple and probably to most people overdone, just a big bulking monster. But there's just so many different ways that people draw it. You can be skinny and, spindly, or it can be a big bulking monster like this. So I initially went just to have a look at my local comic book shop, just to see what they had. And they had the Fables comics and the Wolf Among Us, more specifically. And they had obviously Venom Space Knight, and they had another Venom book that I will circle back to talk about. And they had lots of Spider-Man, they had Game of Thrones merchandise, all the things you'd expect to see in a comic book shop. So I initially picked up issue 1 and issue 9, and I picked up issue 1 because it's I don't know, it's something about owning a first issue, you know, first print as well, of a comic. Makes me kind of excited, I guess, to be like, I don't know, part of this culture, I guess. And issue 1, you know, first issue, first print. And this one came bagged and boarded, but the others didn't, so I have to try and find some bags and boards to put them in. But yeah, they gave me the bag and board for that one for free because I think they overcharged me a little bit, because at this comic shop they have to do a conversion of the US price to AUD, otherwise they'd be losing money, which is fair enough. So the newest issue of Venom Space Knight, number 9, is a $4 US comic, and they had to charge me $9 for it, which is fair enough. But the issue 1 was a back issue that the store was currently having a sale on, where she would charge the cover price for it in US dollars just to clear them out. So I was supposed to be charged $4 for this one, but the girl behind the counter accidentally charged me $8. But honestly, that's fine. I was prepared to buy it for $8 because it had a $8 sticker on it. So they threw in the bag and board, and they gave me a discount on my next purchase, which is very good of them. And I don't mind paying a little bit extra to support the local shops and that kind of thing. It's better than paying, you know, postage and stuff. So yeah, I picked up issue 1 because I, you know, elitist and all that. But I also picked up the most recent issue, which was number 9. And I didn't realise it was the most recent. I just picked it up because it had some really cool art in it. So we'll have a look, and I'll show you the picture that made me want to buy this comic. Let me just clean up these ones in the background because it's getting a bit visually noisy. So I first got into Venom playing the Ultimate Spider-Man PlayStation 2 game. That was my first experience with Venom, and ever since I have had a strong respect and appreciation for the character. But of course there's way too many comics, and a lot of them are quite old to go back and collect them all now. So I started with Venom Space Knight. This is pretty much the image that made me buy this issue. Look how terrifying Venom is in this scene. He is enormous, and he's losing control. And so there was that one. And there's a little fight with Spider-Man in this. But there's also just, like, look at that, just all the tendrils instead of an arm. I think there's one more picture that I really liked. Yeah, this one. This is terrifying. Imagine that coming at ya. With all the, like, scythe kind of tendrils out the back there. The glowing red eyes don't really do much for me. I think he looks more intimidating with the white blank eyes, like a zombie or something. those images were mainly what I bought it for. And of course we have a image of Mania, I believe her name is. Mania. For the cliffhanger for the next issue. But yeah, ever since Ultimate Spider-Man on the PlayStation 2, been very into Venom. I got the amiibo, and I got another Marvel game that was Marvel something. What was it called? Marvel Genesis or something. I don't remember the title. The subtitle was Rise of the Imperfects, and that had Venom in it, and I like to play as Venom. It was like a fighting game with all the Marvel characters. So been a bit of a ramble, but let's have a look at the ones that I got. So I went and got 1 and 9 the first time. Then the next day it was closed, which was a bummer because I wanted to go back and get more. So I got 2. I'll actually just explain who this is if you're not caught up. So the original Venom was Eddie Brock on Earth. Then there was 2 more people who donned the Venom suit, the symbiote suit. And then Flash Thompson, which was the bully at Peter Parker's high school. He dons the suit after enlisting in the army and losing his legs in battle. And then he basically begins a redemption arc to make up for bullying in high school and for his alcoholic past, and to prove that he's better than his abusive father, I believe. So, from what I can gather, Venom Space Knight 1 picks up just after Flash Thompson with the Venom suit, the Agent Venom suit, was working with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and in issues 21, 22 and 23 in Guardians of the Galaxy, the Guardians arrive at the planet of the symbiotes, where the Venom suit is named a Clintar, one of the Clintar aliens. And basically there's a lot of backstory. The Venom Clintar was a rogue that instead of devouring its host wanted to bond with it and create new warriors and things like that. And it became corrupt after being rejected by Spider-Man and bonding to Eddie Brock, who also did not like Peter Parker. I think that's when it became corrupt, but then actually, well, without spoiling it, there's a host that apparently corrupted it beforehand, depending on which continuity you wish to follow. So that's where we are at the moment. The suit got cleansed of its rage and corruptness when it landed on its own planet and became basically the pure Agent Venom suit. And Agent Venom isn't my favourite character. I like the Monster Venom more, but he still has the ability to lose control and turn into regular Venom sometimes. So Agent Venom and Venom Space Knight are both Flash Thompson. So now that I've caught you up, let's have a look at our covers. So there's number 1, there's number 2, this is issue 3, and I did read them but I can't quite remember what happens in each of them. This is issue 4. I remember this one. There's a big battle in an arena where Venom and one of the main characters are teaming up to fight in basically a death pit arena kind of thing. Just notice that this issue has a big old slice in it, so that's not cool, but I can order another one online, I suppose. Anyway, the store was actually missing issue 5, but they they've ordered it in for me, and I'll get a message when that comes in. But I continued on and bought issue 6 and issue 7, and this is actually another wearer of a Clintar, whose name is Tana, and she's pretty cool. Her Clintar is so ugly though. That's her Clintar. Look at that. That is just hideous. Issue 8, and of course issue 9. I had to order issue 10 myself from the internet, as the comic shop couldn't get a copy for me. But I have a standing order with them for 11, 12 and 13. Apparently there's 13 issues. I thought there was only going to be 12, but I'm happy. More Venom. And so yeah, those are the comics I picked up. But I also put an order on for the Venom series in the Marvel Now, which is going to be a reboot after Venom Space Knight, which I'm very excited for, because although I do enjoy Venom Space Knight and Agent Venom and all that, I'm very much a down-to-earth, back to basics kind of guy. So it'll be really good to see Venom back on Earth, being the anti-hero he typically tends to be. Which brings me to my next topic that I wanted to talk about. After purchasing these ones, I sort of went on a bit of a binge and ordered, I think, another 3 or 4 different collections of Venom comics. I got volume 1 and 2 of the Venom comics that star Agent Venom primarily, whose the author's name escapes me. It's Rick something. Rick R. I remember his last name starts with R. You'll have to forgive me. I don't have his name on hand. So I ordered those 2. I ordered a Venom vs. Carnage special, collection thingy, which apparently isn't them fighting anyway, it's them fighting their Carnage's spawn or something. I ordered a collection of old comics called The Evil Within, I think. No, that's a video game. I can't remember what the other collection was, but I also got the 4 issues of Venom the Hunger. I found that on eBay, so I got that for $20. That's on its way as well. And I got a Venom shirt as well. And yeah, I went a little Venom crazy. But this is basically part 1 of a comics haul series that I'll be doing. Hopefully I won't be doing too many, because that means I will be spending more money. There will be at least 3 parts to this, I think, because I'll get my issues of Venom Space Knight, then Venom the Hunger, then the 3 or 4 books I ordered from Amazon, plus the shirt, and then I guess the rest of the Venom Space Knight series. So yeah, maybe 2 or 3 more comic book haul videos. And then the Venom Now starts in October. But I think I would like to do a comic reading series with these. I know Venom's not everyone's favourite, but let me know what you guys think about doing a little series. I could probably do 1 comic per video, 1 issue. And the sounds will be really nice, and you'll get to see some really cool pictures. So I think you guys might enjoy that, but yeah, let me know what you think. If you really don't want to see Venom, that's fine. I can just keep that all to myself. And the last thing I wanted to do today was store these in a nice binder that I got. Don't worry, I'm not going to put any holes in them. It's just until I can get more bags and boards for these. I want to keep it in plastic pockets in a binder with a nice straight cardboard separator between them. So I'm going to get that out for you now. So it's a nice leather bound, not leather bound, it's leather, some sort of leather binder. And I've got just a plastic pocket for each comic. Not sure where this imprint's from, but that doesn't bode well. And this stiff cardboard divider in between. So I'm just going to put these comics in a plastic pocket each to keep them nice and safe for a temporary time. Trying to find the best angle to do this. I think it might be this way. Leave a space for issue 5. The heater just kicked in. That's what that noise in the background is. Gotta keep warm somehow. But there we go. So after I get all my comics in order, And before I start collecting Venom in the Marvel Now series, I'll do a little comic book collection. I don't have that many, but I have like all these ones. I have The Walking Dead. I have, I'll show you some of the Beanos. I have it's not a comic book, it's more of a comic strip collection. That's really funny. I really enjoy it. It's called, what's their names? I can't remember what this series is actually called, but the family name is Fox. So there's Peter, the brother, Jason, the little brother, the middle child, daughter, Paige, and the mother and the father, whose name I can't remember. But this son is really into video games and programming and Pokemon and all that kind of thing, but it's a really funny strip as well. So I'll show you guys that. It's by Bill Amend. I can't for the life of me think of what the name of the comic is. And I have Control-Alt-Delete comic strips that I bought and showed you guys in an earlier video. And I actually have a first issue of Ultimate Spider-Man, which I looked up, and apparently the real one is worth around $200 US, but the reprint that was given out for free at toy stores in America at some stage are worth like $1, and that's the one I have, of course. So I can't remember where I got that from, but it's worth nothing. Oh well, can't all be gold mines. But I'd like to thank you for joining me today with this sort of comic haul ramble type video. I hope you guys want to see the Venom and are interested in the Venom reading videos, because I think that would be pretty nice content, and I'd be able to share one of my favourite characters with you guys. But yes, thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you guys next time.